All right, so this is just a really weird topic, by the way, from my point of view. I'm talking about a little bit about the teacher-student dynamic, right? Well, and here I am mostly talking, but put your comments in the comments section. You're really going to get it, I think, after this one. So I was in an all-day Zoominar yesterday. Yeah, I was in it. I was not speaking. I was listening. Shocking, I know. But I was in a couple of conversations, and what I realized is, speaking for myself, but take what you like, if it resonates with you. I underestimate myself sometimes. Like I underestimate myself. Do you ever underestimate yourself and the impact and influence that you have on all the people around you, on all the people in your social media circles? And then what I do after I go, oh, I shouldn't be underestimating myself anymore, it's I pop over to the other side of that coin and I start to overestimate myself. You know, ego likes to step in every once in a while. I know it's hard to believe. I seem so humble. Okay, you can be rolling your eyes wherever you are. So here's the thing. When we're underestimating ourselves, when I'm underestimating myself, I'm always trying to add more, give more, add value, right? Which is great. It's helpful, but it's also a little bit in the space of, I'm not good enough. And I am good enough. You are good enough. We are good enough. Sometimes how we communicate it could be improved a little bit. And still, we get to be in that space of I am good enough, you are good enough, we are good enough, instead of underestimating who we are and the impact and influence we have on the world around us. Now, jump over to that other side, the side when we're in ego, a little bit overestimating ourselves, giving ourselves credit, which is great, good to give yourself credit, and at the same time, there's a balance, right? Give yourself credit versus be always in ego. And when we're on that side of the coin, we forget to listen sometimes because we have so much to share. Maybe it's our passion. Maybe we've just learned something new. Maybe we feel like we've got to share because, oh, if I just share, I can make another sale. I've certainly had moments like that. I know, hard to believe somebody like me ever feels like, yeah. Especially for those of us who are solopreneurs or owners of our own business, right? Because sometimes the sales are also making sure that we're taking care of the costs of being in business or even just living life, you know, right? We have mortgages, we have rent, we have food, all those other things. Right, so that underestimating ourselves versus overestimating ourselves, it creates a teacher-student dynamic. We're either the teacher or we're the student. And I'm here to suggest that there's a balanced position. Sometimes we're the teacher, sometimes we are the student, sometimes we are both in a conversation, in a peer-to-peer conversation, right? Where everybody has experience that leads to insights, that leads to ideas. That's why I use the term brainstorming so often, right? Because it creates that more collaborative conversation of, here's what I have to say, what do you have to say? Comments, please. So here's the question that I'd really like your comments on. How do you create balance in your relationships? Do you ask questions? When you ask a question, are you listening for an answer? Or are you listening for an opportunity to share that you already know the answer to your question? By the way, we're on Facebook, right? Out there in public Facebook land, and yes, probably sometimes in the group as well. I see coaches and others ask a question in their lead post. They're looking, it's so clear, they're looking for a specific answer. So I submit. We all know what we know. And by sharing our insights, our ideas, our experience, we can all explore together the different possibilities for growth, for expansion. Zoom to the top. With collaborative conversations. You have impact, you have influence already. You are enough. Probably me too. Fingers crossed. Click below to subscribe now.